So the topic we are going to do today is AC voltage applied to an inductor. So we have the source of AC voltage, and let the source voltage be given by V equals to Vm sine omega t, and we can assume that this inductor has negligible resistance, so the circuit is purely inductor AC circuit. Now when the voltage varies, current also varies and its direction also changes. So we can see that in this circuit the voltage and current both varies as sinusoidally. You can see this, the voltage is varying and current is also varying, and for the half of the cycle voltage is positive and half the cycle voltage is negative. So we'll deal with this phasor diagram, we'll deal with it later. For the time being, now as this current varies, an EMF will be induced in the inductor coil which opposes any change in the current. So this self-induced EMF in the inductor is given by L di by dt. So here we have voltage rise and here we have voltage drop. So according to Kirchhoff's loop rule, in a closed circuit, sum of potential rise is equal to sum of potential drop. So this is the potential rise, Vm sine omega t. This is equals to potential drop, L di by dt. Now let us see what these symbols mean. This V is the instantaneous voltage. Vm is this peak voltage, and this omega t is the phase. Okay, so omega t is the phase. So here in all these circuits we need to deal with three physical quantities, basically V, I and P, power consumed over a cycle. So we need to see the phase difference of V and I. So this is the phase of V. So phase of V is omega t, and we know omega angular velocity is equals to 2 pi nu, 2 pi into frequency. So this is our equation 1. Now I know the voltage, I want current. So for that I need to isolate this current. How can I also isolate this current? So this is differentiation. Okay, so bring L this side. So this is Vm by L into sine omega t. Okay, good. So I want only I. So I'm differentiating I, and whatever the result I get, if I integrate it, I will come back to I. So that is why let us integrate it both sides with respect to t. So here I will get I, that is equals to this constant Vm by L. What is integration of sine omega t? That is minus cos omega t. So let me write minus here, minus cos omega t upon omega. So let me write omega also here. So plus constant of integration C. Now this is current, this is also current, this is also current, because current is equals to current plus current. You can see here that this current and voltages, they are varying with respect to time. So they don't have any constant component. So that is why there is no time independent current. So this constant will actually be equals to 0. So this constant is 0. Now let us compare this. I want to write I in this form. So this is Vm. So this whole quantity, you can guess that this whole thing is Im. So this is I equals to Im. Now this is minus cos omega t. I want, instead of a minus here, there is plus, so I don't want this minus. And this is omega t. So instead of cos, I want sine. So two things I want. So I want to change cos to sine. So what is cos theta equals to? Cos theta equals to, as cos is complementary of sine, so that is equals to pi by 2 radians minus theta. Now I want here minus cos theta, I want to replace with. Okay, so multiplying both sides with minus 1, I get cos theta is equals to minus sine pi by 2 minus theta. Now I know that minus sine theta is equals to sine minus theta, as sine theta is odd function. So this minus will go inside. So minus cos theta is equals to sine theta minus pi by 2. So this thing I need to use that minus cos theta is equals to sine theta minus pi by 2. So this quantity will become, minus cos omega t will become sine omega t minus pi by 2. Okay, so hence I have got my second equation, which is telling me the instantaneous current at time t. So now let me rub this. Okay, so this is my equation number 2. Now this omega m upon Vm upon omega L is Im. So where Im is equals to Vm upon omega L. Now if I compare this with I is equals to V by R, so this omega R is analogous to resistance in the resistor. So I call this omega L as So omega L is the inductive reactance, XL. So this omega L, so this is inductive reactance. This XL, this is the inductive reactance XL is equals to omega L. But what are the units of this inductive reactance? So units of inductive reactance is same as the unit of resistance, which is ohm. So SI units is of inductive reactance is ohm. Now here comparing equation 1 and 2, what is the phase difference? You can clearly see. So phase of voltage is omega t minus phase of current is argument of sign, which is omega t minus pi by 2. So if I open this bracket, omega t cancels and this minus will become positive. So the phase difference is pi by 2. So it means that voltage is ahead of instantaneous current by pi by 2 radians or by 1 by 4th, because 2 pi is complete cycle, so 90 degree or pi by 2 radian is 1/4 of cycle. So this is 1 by 4th of the cycle. Good. So we have found the phase difference between V and I. So this can be clearly seen in this phasor diagram. This is V, and the length of this phasor is Vm. So Vm is the length of this vector, this phasor V, and its vertical component. So vertical component is hypotenuse sine theta. So hypotenuse is Vm and sine, and theta is omega t1. So Vm sine omega t1, and this is phasor I. So phasor V is clearly ahead of I by pi by 2. So this is 90 degree. Look here, this is the so voltage is 0 here and current is 0 here. So this is pi by 2. So current becomes 0 after pi by 2 radian. So current is lagging. See one more case. Voltage reaches maximum at pi by 2, whereas current reaches maximum at pi. So again, current is pi by 2 radians lagging than voltage. So here phase difference, voltage ahead, here also voltage ahead by pi by 2 radians. Now our next job is to find the power. So to find the average power over a complete cycle. So the instantaneous, so to find power over a cycle. Now we know that instantaneous power supplied to the inductor will be given by PL is equals to IV, and this I will so put the values from equation 1 and equation 2. What do we get? We get I am sine omega t minus pi by 2 into Vm sine omega t. So here, to deal with these two trigonometric values, I know the formula. I know this sine omega t minus pi by 2 means sine theta minus pi by 2 is actually minus cos theta. So here I have written from minus cos theta to sine theta minus pi by 2. I am reversing it now here. So means sine omega t minus pi by 2 back to minus cos theta. So minus will come out, and this is cos omega t Vm sine omega t. Why I have converted it into cos omega t? Because I know the formula. Sine 2a is equals to 2 sine a cos a, and cos a sine a will be sine 2a by 2. So this is what I am going to do here. So minus I am Vm by 2 is cos. So what it will become? Sine a cos a, or cos a sine. So it will become sine 2a. So sine 2 omega t. So now I want to find the average power over a complete cycle. So this was my target. So now this is your PL. So taking average both sides. So taking average both sides means, so I can write this symbol over here, and I can write this symbol over here. So taking average both sides, I can write this PL as capital P. So this constant, it will come outside, minus I am Vm by 2 and sine 2 omega t. Now look at this sine theta. So this is theta, this is sine theta, and this is the graph of it. So it reaches the maximum value of +1 and it is reaching the maximum value of -1. This is symmetric, and half of the time it is positive and half of the time it is negative. So if I take the average of sine theta, it will comes out to be 0. So this is the average. So the average of sine 2 omega t will also be 0. So sine of any angle, taking average of it, will be 0. So if this is 0, so 0 multiply anything is 0. So the power consumed over a cycle by the inductor is 0. What does this mean? It means that no energy is transformed in an inductor on an average, and no energy is dissipated as thermal energy like it was the case of resistor. So if I compare it with resistor, so V was the same. V was instantaneous voltage was same. But what was the current? The current was also the same. and the phase difference was 0. Both were in voltage and current were in phase. And what was the power? So power consumed in case of, so this I am writing it in case of resistor, pure resistor circuit, and power was P is equals to IV or I square R. So these were the three equations in case of resistor. So this is not obviously not equal to 0, but here it is 0. So here it is 0 means that in a half part of the cycle, see here in this part I is negative and V is positive. So it means net power is negative, means the power is absorbed up to pi by 2. Now let us look at next half. Both V and I are positive, so the power is positive, so power is delivered. So up to this, in 1/4 of the cycle power is absorbed, in next 1/4 of the cycle power is delivered. Again same thing will be repeated, so power will be plus and minus, plus and minus. So this way power is absorbed and power is, so energy, you can say energy is absorbed from the source and then energy is being returned back to the source by the inductor. So that is why net power consumed is 0. So this will do in our next topic, which is magnetization and demagnetization of an inductor, and after that we'll do the numericals based on this topic. Thank you for watching this video.